On behalf of the World Bank Group, I'm delighted to welcome you to this conference, which will provide an opportunity to learn from past successes, different experiences to enable participants to manage emerging issues in land reform. I'm also happy to note that this forum has brought together people from other countries like Georgia, and this should provide a great learning experience where ideas on sharing what works for each of our countries can be shared and enriched. Land is a prerequisite of national development. Whether you're constructing a road, schools, hospitals, name it, you need land which is surveyed and titled. And that's why we're here. Government has to be able to govern all land reforms. With Security of Land Tenure, Ugandans from the parish level will be able to create wealth on their land through farming, manufacturing, value addition, develop and pay taxes to the government. In addition, once there is Security of Land Tenure, investors will easily come to invest in Uganda. Even the locals will invest because they also need titled land. Out of Uganda's about 241,000 square miles of land, only about 20% is surveyed and titled. I don't know, Mukaga and Madam PS, where we are surveying more, whether this percentage will increase, but it has to increase. For the country to achieve middle income status, all its land has to be surveyed and titled. And I think that is the secret of what the developed countries did. I think in England around 1030, the year 1030, King William waged a war. He could not finish it, and wisdom told him that he needed to survey the land and get taxes to fight the war. He did, and he won. Around 1720 or 30, we all hear about Napoleon Bonaparte in France as a great leader, but I think he was one of the best surveyors of that time. He also was in a war. He surveyed land, got taxes, and won the war. So, what am I saying? That land should be surveyed and titled, and that's where the wealth of the nation comes from. The project Madam PS has mentioned, Mr. Mukaga mentioned, is creating the foundation for this to be achieved. It will take time and hard work. Most people tend to associate the World Bank with money, grants, loans, and credits that we give mainly to governments to implement development programs, or to the private sector to grow their businesses. However, an event like today's and the discussion that will be held over the next 2 days only goes to show another possibly more important phase of the World Bank Group, which is geared towards policy dialogue and critical capacity building and advice, which empowers governments to make the right development decisions. Madam Minister, the bank group is your reliable partner. We've been with you on land reform, and at times I fear even to mention this because our reforms did not start with SEDEP in 2013. They started around the year 2003 with the private sector cooperative project. By God's grace, Madam Minister, I happen to be around, and I'm still around from that time. I have been working with your ministry in land reform since that time. It's not a very long time, it's only about 20 years. But I think we've achieved a lot, and I would like to thank you, the PS and your ministry and staff, really, for the good partnership. It's not been easy, but we are there, and the results have been shown. Through the land records, the 22 MZOs, which I know by heart, the survey system, the Institute of Survey and Land Management. When we started in 1993, some of the colleagues are here, the Institute of Land Survey and Management in Entebbe was closed. with the support we brought in, is now fully opened and running. And more things I think Mr. Mukami and the PS have mentioned there. But let me also bring out one element which none of us really realized when we were doing this program, and which I think this ministry has achieved a lot. This has been in revenue. I don't want to mention numbers because I don't want to be quoted, but I think the PS and Madam Minister, you can mention your numbers. I think your ministry has been instrumental in providing revenue to government through the small fees which the MZOs collect. And the details can always be provided by the ministry. But a lot of results have been achieved and more will be done. But essentially, the most important thing has been the partnership, the working relationship with the ministry. One of the most challenging development issues in Uganda, as in many other countries, is land, its ownership and utilization. Many Ugandans here will agree that the time taken and costs involved to process a genuine land title is simply unacceptable. The same for getting licenses to operate legitimate businesses in the country. However, there has been tremendous progress through our support to computerize and to streamline land registry. Duration of a title search today, on average, I think, it's really a few hours if you're going an MZO, okay? As opposed to over 7 days in 2005. Mortgages, I'm sure there are bankers here, can be registered in less than 5 working days, as opposed to 3 months previously. I think success has been achieved, and we need to work on a few small areas, as I call them, to be able to move forward and survey and register more land. One of the key things really will be sustainability. All the work which we've done in the last 20 or 30 years, how can it be sustained? As you know, a computer needs to be replaced every 3 months. You need diesel to run the generators at the MZOs, and also we need human power there. So sustainability really comes in to be a key and very, very important. But we are looking forward to continue working with you, to continue providing support, and at the end of the day, to be able to achieve more. Madam Minister, as I conclude, I wish to thank you, your entire team, and all the staff at the ministry, that you've been good partners in this reform, and we're looking forward to work together. Coming out of this work in 2 days, I look forward to hearing of concrete proposals on how land reform can be accelerated and promote economic development. Once again, I wish to thank all those who have, in one way or the other, contributed to the organization of this conference, and wish you all a constructive time of deliberations. Thank you very much.